Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Slay the Spire. So, after the previous episode and our disappointing defeat, it's mostly 90% my fault, we're going back for a new run with the Silent. So, the Silent is essentially a rogue character, like the Ironclad, but almost exactly the opposite. So, he draws 2 additional cards, or she, in this particular case, I think it's a she. Instead of gaining life, you draw 2 additional cards. So, the Silent focuses more on defense, whereas the Ironclad, because you know that he's gaining life back, focuses on offense quite a fair bit. The Silent's actually one of my favourite characters, and I've completed the game more times with the Silent than I have with the Ironclad. So, here's hoping we get a good run. Let's embark. Yeah, I don't think we'd have won the previous run, but we certainly didn't deserve to go out the way we did. Greetings, I am Niao. Reach the boss to receive my blessing. Okay. Alright, so he's not giving us anything special. So we want to go as many elites as possible. The Silent does struggle a little bit with elites, but there's no reason not to fight them if you get given the option. Okay, so the best way to do 2 elites might be this one into this one. So we could do like a spiral through here. It's a lot of question marks, a lot of cards, and 2 rests. But maybe not so much. So we could do this elite rest, this elite chest rest. So it's really which of this path do we want to take? Let's go. Alright, we're up against the Slaver. He is going to hit us for 7. As I said, we don't gain life in this particular run. So what you want to do is essentially not take any damage wherever possible. If you look at the deck, the basic composition is mostly the same, but instead of a bash, we have a neutralize, and we also have a survivor as well, which is a better block, essentially. So if we want to block all the damage, we go survivor, block or defend, strike twice, and that's our turn over. I'm also going to try and do less of a tutorial run through of this, since it's probably not necessary at this point that I explain everything that I'm doing. But block all the damage. We've got neutralize, which weakens, which reduces his damage, which allows our blocks to work efficiently. So yeah, again, neutralize takes his 12 down to a 9. We can only block the 5. But couldn't kill him this turn, so try to block as much as possible. I think maybe next turn we might have lethal. It's possible. 3 strikes. No. Okay. So next turn we'll have lethal. The reason why I like the Silence so much as well is you can really do a lot of storming off in MTG terms. There's a lot of cycling cards, a lot of card draw in this Silence run. I've had turns where I've got about maybe 16 or 18 cards played in a single turn. It's so much fun. I could maybe try and go for that kind of run, actually. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see what our first card is. See, yeah, we got Prepared and Dagger Throw. They all draw cards and discard cards. Well, I think I'd take a Dagger Throw over a Prepared, but Blur is also interesting. A block deck would be cool. Game 5 block. So it is a block on its baseline, and it allows us to maintain block. So if we don't take all of the damage, we take it to the next round. Sure, let's do a blocking run. Alright, question mark time. It is a battle. And they're attacking us for 15. Right, well, survivor. Block. Game 5 block up to 13. It's a shame we don't have a neutralize. Do I want to take 2? Or do I want to just block a bit more? We maintain some block by doing that, I suppose. So take nothing. Really, we just want to line up a turn where we can get in a few hits. So I'm very interested in killing this guy if possible, and it is possible. So double block so that we block all the damage there. Finish. Oh yeah, it's 6, not 7. It's alright. We're only taking 10. Alright, he's going to put a wound in our deck. Right, so if I neutralize you, you deal 5. Yeah, which means I can block here, strike here, and take nothing. More wounds though. Right, attacking us for 10. So it's just Survivor, Blur, Strike. Maintain a bit of 3 block for the next turn. So really we should just have to use a single base block defend here. And we've got it covered so we can double strike. And he's dead next turn as long as we draw a strike. Which he is adding wounds to our deck. But I find it really hard to believe we wouldn't get a strike. He says not getting a strike. Oh my god. Alright, well. Mega block. Because we carry it over. Carry 11 block over, not that it really matters. We need to find a single attack, and we've got it. Alright, so I think this run, so far, is going quite well. A dexterity potion's pretty good. That increases block, similar to strength increasing attack. Right. Dagger Spray, deal 4 damage to all enemies twice. Backflip is awesome. Predator, deal 15 damage, draw 2 cards next turn. I like Backflip. With a small deck size as well, it means we can get through our deck quite quickly. And like, if we set up Neutralize and things like that as our free attack, we could maybe do like a Blur, block, Neutralize, like most turns. So that'd be pretty good. Question is, do we want to go to the shop? The answer is no, because I don't really like going to the shop with any less than 200. Ideally, you want 300 when you enter a shop, because then you can afford everything. I think I'm going to go the question mark route. Yeah, it preserves my life total for the elite, which we might need. There are a few bosses, sub-bosses. Ooh, 175 gold for Doubt. The end of your turn, gain 1 week. The Serpent. You walk into a room to find a large hole in the ground. As you approach the hole, an enormous serpent creature appears from within. Ooh, hello, what do we got here? Hello, adventurer. I ask a simple question. The most filling of lives is that in which you can buy anything. Do you agree? So we get this Doubt card. Gives us weak, which essentially reduces our damage output, but we're a blocking deck, so I'm gonna take the gold. Yes, this will be worth it. Alright. So we get a curse. We can remove that from our deck by spending 75 of the 175 he gave us. So we netted 100. The serpent rears its head and blasts a stream of gold upwards. It is amazing and terrifying simultaneously. You gather all the gold, thank the snake, and get going. Alright, next question mark. Shining light. You find shimmering mass encompassing the center of the room. Its warm glow and enchanting patterns invite you in. We can upgrade 2 random cards to lose 14 HP. Ooh. They could be strikes and blocks, and if they are, I'm not going to be too happy. What's the odds that it hits something I want it to hit? These are the ones I don't want it to hit. There's 4 that I do want it to hit. Yes, it's just not worth it, I don't think. I don't know, these go up to like 8 block, I think. Maybe even 7. Not quite sure. You know what? YOLO. Double defend. Alright, of the of the cards that it could hit, the double defends are probably for the best. As you walk through the light, you notice the light is absorbed into you. It's scorching hot. However, the pain quickly recedes. You feel invigorated as though you received a well-deserved slap. Alright, we're at 52 of 70. We're going to be resting after this elite anyway, I think, so that's alright. If we fight this one and feel like we don't have the health to fight this elite, then we can bypass him and still get one on the way. Ideally, we want to fight both of them, though, because they are easiest on this floor. Alright, dealing 11. So we can block it all. And we probably will. So I think it's Blur. Maybe Survivor just to get the carryover of block. And then Strike. Yeah. Carry some over. Strike. I'm not going to need to use the Dexterity Potion, though using it on the Elite might be a good thing. I'm just really hoping it's not the... Ooh, this one's a pretty decent turn. Plays itself, really. We gain 1 week because of the curse, but it's fine. Strength up. Alright. We can carry 1 point of blocker. Oh no, we've got Defend Plus. Forgot about this. Alright, well, it's definitely that at the very least. So, do we hit him for 4? Does no damage, so I think we're just going to block. Just let his shield go off. Carry 4 defense over so we don't have to block as much next turn. Neutralize, we're taking 7. Block there. Strike. Strike. It's down to 9. He is blocking after this attack as well. So we need to be able to deal 14. Can we deal 14? We deal 12. If we drew a neutralize on the back flip, we did. And so we defeat him. Good. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. So we can get a Quick Slash, which is a good card. 8 damage, draw a card. It's strictly better Strike. Sucker Punch, deal 7 damage and apply 1 weak. Yeah. Dodge roll. 4 block, gain 4 block next turn. We did say we were going for a block deck. We haven't got the block payoffs, but I mean, block already is kind of a payoff in a sense. Because we just don't take damage for the rest of the game. I do quite like dodge roll. I think some people value this a lot less than I do. They might be right, but I like the idea of blocking, having a bad block, but also a bad block carryover. So, yeah, that combined with Blur should be quite cool. Alright, let's go Elite. I'm comfortable with this. Okay. This is going to be a reasonable matchup, I think. 16 damage needs to be blocked, so there's 8. There's the 16. So we can get 2 strikes in. Blocking exactly. Let's go for the lowest life total one, I guess. Oops. And he adds days to our deck. The longer this game goes on, the worse that becomes. So, hitting them to make sure that, in fact, we're gonna use our Dex Potion here, I think. So, yeah, we want to kill them as quickly as possible because eventually they'll flood our deck. If they're doing all 3 casting days at the same time, it's real bad. All right, well, this turn plays itself. Game 1 week, but we got 17 blocked for their 24 attack. Take 7. Only taking 8 this turn. So with our Dex, backflip practically covers all of it. And since it is covering all of it, I'm inclined to just take one here so that we can kill you faster. So we take one. We're not applying weak to this guy here because he does have artifacts, so he negates that weakness. So we're not taking a reduced value for using the neutralize on him. Oh my god. Yeah, see, this is the turn where it doesn't look good for us. It's alright, we block everything, but he's adding more days to our deck. Fortunately for us, they get exhausted if we end a turn with them in our hand. Oh, beautiful. That's about as good of a draw as we could ask for, really. So we only need to block 8. So I think it's Survivor, Dodge Roll. Well, actually, just Survivor, Strike, Strike. I was hoping to Dodge Roll as well. It's quite a good card, but I value killing this guy more than saving up block next turn. Because if he has an attack, we're taking that off the board anyway by killing him with a single strike. Yeah. Okay, so strike. You have got to be kidding me. Alright, well, neutralize. Blur, defend, defend. Exhaust of days. Carry 2 block over, is that right? I think so, yep. Alright. So 1 strike for you, guaranteed. We're blocking 8, so backflip practically does it. So it's strike. Is neutralize in our deck? Wow. Can't really guarantee that we'll draw anything we want if I did a backflip. So it's probably dodge and roll to block it all and strike. Next person to focus on be you. It doesn't really make a difference, to be honest. In they go. Our next turn, probably, yeah, gonna be practically a dead turn. So we can discard the doubt so that we don't gain 1 week at the end of turn. But we're not exactly doing anything. We got rid of 3 days, but he's adding 2 back in. 16 damage. You can see why these guys are an elite. They made us waste energy. While slowly knocking us down a little bit. Now they're both going to add 4 days to my deck, so it's strike, strike. Use the defend for the sake of it. We know they're not attacking, so it is just for the sake of it. Oh boy. 16 damage incoming. Come on, blocks. It's real bad. We got a rest coming up, so as long as we don't die, it's fine. Really love a killing strike here, and we have it. Okay. Strike. Strike. Doesn't really matter. Right, so as long as we block 8 and have a strike every single turn, then we're good. Should have actually gone backflip there. We'll still go backflip just in case we get a neutralized. Worst case scenario, we get some extra days into our deck, into our hand, so that we can exhaust them. Alright. Dodge and roll, block most of the damage, strike, exhaust, 3 days. There's no way he can maintain the level of days that we had in our deck anymore, so that's something for us, at the very least. Well, dodge and roll, defend, defend, get some weakness. 29 block, but he's not attacking, which is a shame. Come on, attacks. Oh my god. Well, if we keep these in hand, they get exhausted. If we discard them into our deck, they don't, so that's the reason why I'm not discarding one there. We also have the block required for this anyway, so. Alright, neutralize, so it only hit for 6. Backflip allows me to maybe get some more strikes. Okay. And I think we've got this one closed out. Come on, 9 points. It's not 9 points. That is 6. Alright, well. Get rid of that doubt so that we can definitely kill with at least a neutralize. And there's our strike. Oh, right, let's get a trinket and let's have it be a good one. At the start of each combat, gain 1 strength. Not too bad. We're not a very attack-heavy deck, so this might not come in too handy, but the block potion's certainly nice. And, ooh. Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, apply 1 poison. That could stack up. It's a very good poison card. We haven't seen any poison attacks yet, and we are very... I feel like we want to commit to the block more than anything. All enemies lose 6 strength for 1 turn, and then exhaust. That can save us in a pinch. It's essentially by taking 6 damage off of their attacks, for the most part. I do like anti-venom, and I've never actually used it before. But it's 2 energy. We only have 3 energy per turn, and we need to be using it to block. So I think it's not even anti-venom, it's envenom. I'm going to go Piercing Wail. And it's rest time, because we're going to go Elite again. In 20 health back to 48. We're going into this Elite with less life than we did the other one. And this one has a campfire there. But then it's... oh, there's a 3rd Elite if we take that path, so... come on, this is... oh, this is the worst boss ever. This actually couldn't be a worse boss. So Gremlin Knob is exactly that. He is a knob. So what I want to do is I want to strike, and you'll see why I hate him in a second. More specifically, just as the silent. I'm going to backflip, I believe. Argument for dodge roll. Backflip allows me to potentially get a neutralize. That's what I'm thinking. There it is. Alright. So he's going to do a powerful effect right now. He's going to roar. And he gets Enrage. So what Enrage does is every single time I play a skill, he gains 2 strength. So if I want to block, he gains strength, which means he deals more damage. Yep. Alright, strike. I think we do Survivor just to get rid of doubt. Though it does buff his attack up. Ah! We do have a block potion as well. We're going to have to really think this one through, because I'm going to have to kill him quickly. And that's the reason I kind of want to get rid of doubt, because it's going to apply weak next turn. Which means I deal less damage. I'm just going to use the block potion. We gain weak, but it only offsets the strength that we gained. Take 2. Come on, big attack turn. Strike. Ah, dear. Maybe we could afford to block once each turn. You might think we only take 6 here, but we probably actually take 8. As opposed to the 14. And his attacks deal a little bit more in the following turns. One defend. Take 8. Ooh, a little attack. And it's the turn where we don't really have damage in our hand. Dodge roll seems okay as a as a block here, mostly because we get to block the following turn as well, and he doesn't always deal this little damage. Let's dodge roll. 4 block now to his 7 attack. And then we've got 4 block next turn. So we don't have to block. We're now vulnerable, so he hits us for more. Strike. Strike. A piercing wail next turn, I think, means that I can afford to do that. I kind of really do want to block when we're vulnerable. Now he's hitting for 30, which is where we want a piercing wail. Especially since we're drawing absolutely bugger all. Oh, he's still dealing 24, is that right? Ah! Oh god. Ah. We're not maintaining any block with Blur. It's defense strike, I think. We need to be able to kill him real soon. This is the worst guy you could come up against. Alright, are we dead? I think we might be dead. This is what we have to do, and we're dead. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so if you're a skill-based deck and you come up against him, good luck. I absolutely hate this boss when you're on the silent. If you're an ironclad, he's the easiest thing in the world, so yeah, he's no fun. He really is no fun. I can't believe we've just lost on the first floor. Wow. Alright guys, well, like, subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be back with another silent run. I don't think we really gave him a good run, to be honest. We were so close. So close to a campfire. We just had to survive that, but yeah. I think the draws killed us a little bit there as well, because drawing a full block turn when he's dealing 30 damage is just not actually that good. Maybe we killed ourselves by blocking a bit too much in the early game. Maybe we should have blocked a little bit when he was dealing 30 damage at a time, but I mean, you know, yeah, that guy he's an annoying one. He's always annoying. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon if you want notifications when videos go live in the future. Alright guys, see you next time.